The monster we once knew as Gohan screams out again, demanding Berry Blue give him the location of that coward, the king, holding a blast inches away from her face. However, while most people have shown fear when it comes face to face with the beast, the woman is resolved, just grinning as she tells the beast that he is not the thing she fears, nor is death. A change is coming in the Cold Empire, in the universe, which has been brought about because of him. He will not be able to kill the king, or his new master. As Gohan grabs the woman's face, the last words which leave her mouth are "Long live the Cold Empire." At hearing this, the woman soon loses her head, as Gohan, at full strength, slams the woman's brains into the ground below him. For a second, the beast holds on to the body of the woman, with a smile plastered along its face. But when the euphoria of murder leaves the beast's mind, rage floods its body instead, slamming the remains of Berry Blue into the ground again and again, causing cracks to rip throughout the crust of this planet. The beast doesn't stop until Berry Blue has been turned into nothing but a bluey reddy paste. As the beast shakes away the mush from its hand, he looks at the hole in the wall he had created, killing both Berry Blue and the young soldier. The planet's skyline is filled with smoke, and the few survivors who had managed to escape his raft in an escape pod or escape ships. And while a sight like this might have brought a great deal of sadness in the former boy years ago, it is now like a drug to his system. Each death, each murder, each building collapsing on top of someone is another goal achieved, as his objective grows closer and closer with every planet he conquers. Sensing the life force of people still hiding out on this planet, people dumb enough to not escape while they had the chance, he realises he is not done here, walking forward to climb out of the hole he was looking out of, in hopes to find someone who can give him the information he desires. But as he walks by the corpse of the youngest soldier, the sound of glass crunches under his feet, causing him to look down and spot a locket. Inside of the locket, a photo of the youngest soldier, who the beast had blasted the head off, sits. However, the boy is joined by what looks to be his mother and father. The beast looks into this photo for a few seconds before a flash of orange and blue sends his head spinning, causing him a great deal of pain, stomping down on the locket with all of his might and destroying it. But crushing the locket does not stop the pain, as it gets sharper and thoughts and images reverberate throughout its body, as a piercing feeling cuts through his mind, as if someone is picking and prodding at his brain, looking for something. However, the beast isn't only physically strong, as with a prideful roar it kicks whoever or whatever was prodding around in his mind. Looking around himself, trying to find the source of whatever did that, but when spotting nothing, the monster just erupts its ki, levelling whatever remains of this side of the building, assuming this would be enough to kill whatever had just tried to psionically attack him. As the Saiyan, now hell-bent on revenge, begins to hunt down those who survived his initial assault on the planet and weren't smart enough to make a break towards an escape pod, but he feels hungry, a grumble in his stomach. So he thinks and takes his chance, now walking through the remains of the former cold base. The Saiyan ruthlessly kills anything which moves or talks. All the while he digs through piles of rubbles in search for anything edible. As the creature walks around eating any scraps or loose limbs it can find, it happily killing and savagely murdering scientists, medics, soldiers, civilians alike, happy to tear them in two, blast them apart, or punch holes through them like they were paper. After hours have passed, the beast having eaten its fill, and more importantly, killed any remaining survivors it found, it now searches for a ship so it can head off to the next cold planet. As night begins to hang over the base, the Saiyan's once empty stomach is now bloated, over full, and its bloodlust is satisfied. All the beast can think about now is sleep, but sleep has become something which, much like the king the Saiyan hunts, evades him. The only sleep the Saiyan gets is from the assistance of a space pod, and after hours of looking, he finds himself with what he can only assume to be Berta's attack pod, the Ginyu logo slapped right on the front, and it being slightly bigger than the other Ginyu pod he finds. Opening the ship up, he uses the ship's tracker to locate the closest freezer planet. Once setting his destination, he He activates the hibernation feature of the ship, as the rocking of the ship soothed by the hibernation systems beginning to cause the body to relax. But the beast doesn't drop from its Super Saiyan state, it stays active. The rage inside of this beast fueling it for the last 4 years, and over the time it's become easier to maintain, yet less tiring to use. But these simple thoughts don't matter to the beast, as its mind finally drifts off to rest. Or at least, his body gets some rest. The beast's mind is never allowed to rest, as he is forced to watch the one thing he always wanted ripped away from him, as his dreams show him forced to watch the only thing he wanted so badly in this entire universe taken away from him. He's forced to watch Raditz getting killed in front of him. Never by himself, always by Frieza. He's forced to watch as his prey is taken from him, his chance at getting revenge taken from him in the blink of an eye by Frieza. Revenge. That word stumps Gohan. Why did he want revenge? Who was it for? Why did he have to kill Raditz? Pains echo through Gohan's mind once more, when all around him his dream crumbles, leaving him in a vast sea of red. People are looking at him, they're staring at him, but he doesn't know who they are. He can't even see them. They are just standing, staring. He tries to focus, figure out who these people are and why they are here, but all this does is cause painful headaches to flood his head, causing him to wake up. As the boy's eyes open, feeling sweat running down his frown, an unknown amount of time has passed. But as the armour of the monster begins to crack, the sight of the next planet comes into view. As the armour once again is applied, a sickening, threatening grin grows across the monster's face. It waits to feel the life force of all its future victims on this planet, its bloodlust spiking, so when the gentle rocking of the ship entering the atmosphere is felt, the beast frees itself from the cage, beginning its mass planet slaughter, killing everyone regardless of if they work for Cold or not. After a day of massacring this planet and its inhabitants, he is unable to get any useful information out of any soldiers he finds. Even when threatening high-level commanders, it was unable to get any information it wanted. So the beast once more refuels its belly, finds the new ships, and heads to the nearest planet, where it once more dreams of its prey being taken away from it, before being haunted by the 2 shadowy figures, who no matter how hard he tries, he cannot remember. This cycle has been repeating for the last 4 years, and at the moment it seems like it is nowhere near close to ending. However, what the beast doesn't take notice of is that some of the planets it has attacked over the last 4 years are not all owned by the Cold Force. Some of these planets are innocent ones, some even leaving the borders of the Cold Empire entirely. Worst of all, the monster doesn't take notice of this mistake, nor does it care. It just kills the strong, the weak, the weird, the strange, the innocent, the bad, the young, the old. It doesn't care. The bodies that pile behind it are filled with many of thousands of souls, but it doesn't flinch, only continuing its mission for revenge, to find and kill Cold, hoping to find a lead that would take him to Cold, but nothing ever pointing him in the right direction, where he needs to be going. The king has clearly hid himself well. But eventually, your luck runs out, and on this day, for King Cold, that is when the beast is raiding Frieza Planet 446. He senses the energy of someone he recognizes, the former chief scientist of the Frieza Force. Kikano is known for very few things amongst the lower ranks of the Frieza Force, and what the beast had heard during his time under the former Emperor of the Universe is that this one is a coward. At this thought, its aura rips through the pod before a thought can even enter its mind, as artillery fire begins to explode all around the beast, one even hitting him directly. But all this does is submerge the beast in smoke, but the beast's blood-stained aura soon clears away the smog, as its crimson-red aura races down towards the heavy machinery which was firing upon him, slamming his fist into one of the machines, causing an explosion to shortly follow, killing a few nearby Frieza soldiers. as the beast begins to jump from machine to machine, destroying them with ki blasts, his own fist, or even using freezer soldiers as improvised weapons, as he slowly works his way through the base, methodically, like it does. Each step the beast takes, creatures stupid enough to be in its line of fire, or dumb enough to challenge it, are turned to past tense. However, something's definitely different. While the beast at first doesn't take notice of it, it slowly begins to realise that these goons are much stronger than they normally are, and their energy is different. It's tainted somehow. But weirdest of all to the beast is that they aren't running. Every soldier fights him. Not one pleads, not one begs. All of them die on their feet like warriors, as suddenly the beast is caught off guard by a punch from a soldier, knocking the Saiyan a few inches, and then another punch, and another punch, by another soldier, a different soldier. At first it's one soldier, then it's 10, then it's 20, soon 30, and soon more than 100 soldiers stand fighting back against the beast. All of these soldiers moving faster than it is used to seeing these weaklings move, with these seemingly enhanced soldiers now swarming the monster, each blow not hurting, but being enough to at least hold the beast down, as soon a dog pile of warriors desperately fighting to kill the beast. And at first, the beast holds its own, killing the soldiers as fast as they can swarm him, using his hands to rip them in half, destroying crowds of them with a Bomber DX attack, or even just using his own mouth to rip off limbs for ones who get too close. However, the numbers of the soldiers never seems to end. It feels like there are thousands fighting him right now, as the swarm of hundreds of foot soldiers soon engulf the beast, completely obscuring his vision. All he can do is sense the energy of Kikuno getting further and further away, as they all beat down on this monster, desperately trying to do any lasting damage. Feeling Kikuno get further and further apart, and his shot at cold escaping, an Ozaru roar escapes the beast's mouth, before its red ki cuts through the swarm, the beast having imbued its energy into its aura, in which causes the ki to cut into the soldiers like fangs, as hundreds of aliens are skewed and cut in half from the beast's aura alone. A scream of great apes maw escapes its mouth. Even civilians which are stupid enough to be close to the action lose limbs, gain cuts, and some even die, as the bodies fall all around the beast, blood stained across its face. Its eyes wander in search of Kikuno's energy, finally finding it, locking onto it, and with a devilish grin, its aura calms down, clinging to its body, before erupting as the beast breaks off at breakneck speeds, ripping through whatever remains of this space, before slamming through the wall to find Kikuno, climbing into an escape pod with his own personal guards following behind him. As the beast scans through these guards, you can see that they are certainly above the average freezer soldier. Heck, one of them is even Gordo, the sole survivor of the Ginyu Force, now wearing a nice looking scar over his frog-like face, as a red and blue alien reach out to touch hands with one another. But something the beast can't help but take note of is all of them have that weird tainted ki feeling. Even Kikuno's life force is altered. But not caring for this, the beast just lunges forward when it suddenly finds itself under a hammer arm from a giant purple alien, which had previously been the red and blue ones. The attack itself nails the beast to the ground, more so due to the sudden appearance of the alien than anything else, as its strength is less than its own. But it quickly figures out why this sudden surge of speed happened, as its eyes narrow onto Gordo, who stands behind the purple alien. Knowing that the time-stopping alien is likely the cause of the sudden surge of speed, the beast knows it needs to quickly end this fight, so opening its mouth trying to take the alien's head off with a mouth blast. However, in an instant the alien is gone, appearing a few feet away. The beast, knowing that with every second that passes Kikuno grows closer to escaping, it decides it needs to do something fast. So in a sudden burst of speed it lunges forwards towards Kikuno. In an instant, Akka appears in front of the Saiyan, but a grin just grows on its face as it does not stop in the face of this beast, as the Saiyan instead uses its body as a spear and pierces itself through the belly of the alien. Stopping its momentum, the beast turns to see where it last saw Goldo, only for the small alien to appear behind it, now carrying a spear it forged out of nearby debris, shouting out this is for all his fallen friends, as the tip of the spear strikes the back of the beast's neck, only for the weapon to shatter upon impact, causing a fearful gasp to escape Goldo's mouth, a sound which causes a great smile to grow on the beast's face, as in the blink of an eye the beast has its hands wrapped around Goldo's mouth, pumping ki into its palm. The small frog-like alien's lungs desperately try to breathe in so it can stop time to buy itself a chance to escape, but soon the Saiyan just laughs, telling Goldo to breathe in this, pumping ki into the small frog alien's lungs, causing its chest to grow and grow and grow until finally it explodes, leaving only Kikuno, whose escape pod begins to take off into space. In an instant, the Saiyan has ripped through the hull of the ship and pulled Kikuno back down to the ground, slamming it into the floor beneath them with enough force to almost knock out the alien, who seemingly remains unflinching in this moment. As the Saiyan of legend screams out, demanding the location of Cold, Kikuno doesn't flinch. He doesn't react. He just tells the boy he will not be sharing that information. As rage bubbles in the Saiyan's body, as it's not getting the answers it needs, a sudden pain courses through its body, and a feeling it had felt before when it had killed Berry Blue. Someone's prodding and poking around in its mind. Its grip on Kikuno loosens, allowing the weasel alien to pull away slightly. However, instead of running, it stands up, staring at the beast, watching, unflinching, as if expecting something. The Saiyan pulls away, gripping its head, desperately trying to resist whatever this is, which is when a voice speaks into his brain, telling him that the Saiyan should submit to him, become a servant of him. He will make him stronger than he ever was before, and if he is a good servant, it will even help bring back all those memories it has suppressed. At hearing this, Gohan wonders what it's forgotten. What is it he is here for? Why is he wanting to kill Cold? Why does he want revenge on Frieza? Was it because he killed Raditz? Raditz. That's it. Raditz. He wanted to kill Raditz, and Frieza took that from him, so he will take everything from Frieza alone, as he screams out, pushing back the mental invader, sweat running down the beast's brow, panting for breath as it struggles to understand what just happened and who he is fighting. But spotting Kikuno still standing around, the beast just pounces forwards, once again wrapping its hands around Kikuno's neck, screaming for it to answer his questions. A second of silence goes by, as if Kikuno is talking to someone internally, before Kikuno's face turns to fear, offering up the location of Cold almost instantly, telling the beast it will find Cold on Cold Planet 457. A snap echoes through the chamber as Kikuno's body falls limp. Dropping the alien, the beast forgets all about what just happened. A smile grows on its face. This can all finally end. Finding a ship, the beast is quick to leave this planet, its sights set on Cold. Meanwhile, a shadowy figure inspects the mush, which was once known as Berry Blue. A defeated sigh escapes its mouth. The body is cold, meaning so is their trail. It feels like he's wasted the last 4 years, but he's not giving up on the kid like that. At this thought, a voice cuts through the radio, asking if the brute has had any luck finding a trail. An older voice responds, telling Chi-Lai that that isn't the way to talk to their boss. After all, he saved their lives. The girl just giggles, making the man smile. As the shadowy figure does smile, he responds through the radio. No, it's fine, Lemo. The girl's right. From what I can tell, we're a few weeks behind him. Hearing their boss sound so defeated, Chi-Lai asks what their next move is. A second goes by with no response, before finally, Nappa's voice cuts through the radio once more. For now, Chi-Lai, you and me are looking for any survivors. They might be able to point us in at least a right direction. Lemo, see if you can find any reports of nearby planets or cold bases which have recently been attacked or sent out SOS calls. Unfortunately, they are our best bets for now. Both respond with a roger that, boss, before radio silence hits them. Nappa looks once more at the berry blue mush which is in front of him, making a silent vow. Hang in there, kid. I know you think you're on your own, but I'm coming. Just wait for me. And for now, that's where I'm going to leave this part. How do people feel about this part? This part was a bit I actually struggled writing a fair fucking amount. I went back and forth on how I was handling it for a long time. At first, this part was actually only 10 minutes long, and then I thought it probably needs a bit of bulk here somewhere. And I think I got a nice in between of what I was looking for, as I didn't want this all to just be set up for the next 2-3 parts. For those of you who have watched and are listening right now, thank you very much. Let me know what your favourite part about this video it was. For me, I am really enjoying writing for this absolutely fucking bonkers Gohan. Like, he is so far gone, and it's almost not even Gohan anymore. And it's just really enjoyable for me. I hope people are enjoying this story still, as it is, like I've said before, probably my best what if I've ever done. I'm looking forward to getting through the next few parts, as I truly believe there's only 2 or 3 parts left of what I've been calling Season 1. But we'll see how that goes, because you know what I'm like. But anyway, for all that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And for those of you still around, let me know if you did enjoy it. And for now, I hope you all have a great day or a good night. And I'll see you next time, guys.